Hello everybody. Today I am going to talk about blending color. It seems like a lot of people have problem with blending. The problem is like sometimes the color get muddy or doesn't look the way you wanted it. Instead of thinking of blending, proper way to think about it like is transition. So you want to transition one color to the other color. So let's just say this is arm. I don't know. Um, let's say this is arm. And you could, I'm gonna make selection to paint. That might be a little too. There we go. So right, so you can, and the transition will happen there, and you're gonna have a more solid color over here. So now you have a nice transition. Those are also soft edge. Usually I'll just, most of the time you have to have one solid patch and another solid patch. The transition will be the blending part. Okay, so this is going to be a short demo on how I make a transition on the surface. So I'm just gonna do her face there. So just two solid value, 100%. So as you can see, the line in between those medium and the dark one. And now I'm creating another kind of darker one underneath her lower lips. And then just, make sure that your color is solid. And then I'm going to make another transition here, the lightest one. And the lightest one is not the highlight, it's just lighter than those two. So I'm just going to use 100% and glaze over the value right there. It's kind of really hard to see sometimes because the value are very close together. And just kind of like what I did in the box on the earlier demo. And on the nose, we're going to add a little shadow because it's on the side of the nose, it's facing a different direction than the direction of the light because the light is coming from the top right. And now I'm going to use soft brush and erase the tip of it a little bit. So it's kind of have a smoother transition there because that part is just going up and the light transition happened because of the light coming down and create that soft transition. And as it comes to the bottom of the nose, it will cast a shadow because the transition, if you touch your nose and you glaze over to the bottom, it's got really harder edge than a lot of place. And so does on the tip of your nose, like you glide your fingers on the tip of your nose to the side of it and all the way to the face, and you see that have a harder edge or a harder transition. So now I'm going to use soft brush 50% and just paint it in between these two, between the dark and medium line. And now you can see that the color is starting to make a better transition or a smoother transition on the skin tone. And I'm going to make sure that all those color in there are solid, going back and kind of make sure that it's 100% in value. And then I'm going to zoom out and see if should I keep the hard edge or should I soften it. So now I'm going to soften it a little bit more. There we go. Paint it along that line that you want to make a transition. And sometimes you might have to do it multiple times, but a lot of time you can be able to do it in one go or just one stroke. And now I'm trying to make a softer transition around the cheekbone area and the corner of the eyes, the outer corner. And some part of it need to have harder edge, like from the eye socket. The transition from that, if you touches the end of your eye, you see that bone that going up, and that is the part that create a harder edge at the end of your eyes right there. So alright guys, I guess this is it.